today's episode, we cover hurling, a sport played for over 3,000 years. Founded in 1884, the Gaelic Athletic Association, or GAA, promotes Irish tradition and culture and is also hurling's main governing body. Thanks to the GAA, a hurling pitch can be found in any county or town, no matter how big or small. Today, the GAA brings in 65 million euros worth of revenue. Half of this revenue comes from gate receipts, most of which is generated at the All-Ireland semi-finals and finals played at Croke Park in Dublin. Join us on this quest as we explore the sport that means so much to the beautiful country of Ireland.
Hey there, my name is Ray from Forest Grove, Oregon. My whole life I've been an athlete. Between track and field and the bowling circuit, I spent a lot of my life dedicating my life to sports. I'm part of this project because I want to bring that same joy and happiness to other people and hopefully educate them on the important aspects of sport and what a major difference it can make in your life.
Hello. You just caught me in the middle of deriving the steady flow energy equation. My name's Connor Tremblay from Atlanta, Georgia, where the players play. Sports have been a part of my life for a very long time. I played soccer when I was young for 8 years, didn't score a single goal. Might have something to do with the fact that I'm blind in one eye and my hand-eye coordination is, not really good. So I've decided to spend more time doing things like frisbee, mountain biking, and, engineering. It's a great way to get energy out, to get to know people, get involved in your community. So, that's why I want to be a part of this team, so we could spread the love. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to work.
Hi, I'm Matt Dixon. I was born and raised in Aurora, Illinois, the setting of Wayne's World for those of you who are familiar. I don't look like much of a sports player, but let me tell you, I can play a lot of sports, just not very well. I'm here because I was guaranteed payment. We'll see how that goes.
Our team's involved in a plethora of sports, so we know that sometimes people don't understand why they're so dedicated to their craft.
This is why we explore undiscovered sports of the world, to provide deeper understanding and appreciation for a wider audience.
Ever since mankind could walk, mankind can compete.
Here we are at the University of Limerick. We'd like to give a special thanks to Ronan, the University of Limerick, and the GAA through UL.
Today, what are you pointing at? Today we're here at the University of Limerick on one of their pitches, and we're going to go down to the field and interview and talk to the players about the sport of hurling. Hurling's a sport. It's considered the fastest field sport in the world, using what's called a hurley, with which is a stick hitting a ball across the field and scoring and goals.
Scoring points. Yes.
Scoring points.
Yeah, so we're going to try our hand. We're going to try and learn some skills, try and get some questions answered by the players, see what they think of hurling, why they do it, how long they've been involved, and just get their take on the sport. So tag along and join us down on the pitch.
Hey guys, would you mind telling us what those fancy sticks you're holding are called? And the ball as well.
It's called Hurley, and the ball is called a sliotar.
Okay.
You'd know he was president of the student union, wouldn't you? Yeah, I suppose the main objective of the game is to try and outscore the opponents. So if you strike the ball over the bar, which is over the crossbar down here, that's worth 1 point, and if you strike it into the back of the net, which is under the bar, that's worth 3 points. So at the end of the game, the main objective is to try and outscore your opponents. Yeah, so I suppose when you start off, when you're like 5 or 6, the first thing you'll be doing is practicing your ground hurling. So you're just basically practicing hitting the ball on the ground left and right, and just hit it over left and right like that. And then once you get a bit older, I suppose you can learn how to rise the ball. So that's the roll rise, and then there's the jab, then it's like that. So just getting the ball into your hand really is the main thing. So you can just roll rise and jabbing it like that. So that's, I suppose, the basic skills.
You want to give it a try, Matt?
Roll the ball up and catch. Yeah. Keep it there. That's it. Well done.
Hey.
Yeah.
I suppose then another skill, I suppose, is first touch. So say when somebody pucks you the ball, you have to touch it and get it into your hand. So when the ball comes, one touch and into the hand. So when it comes, touch and up. That's another skill. Another one is just catching it. So you strike to the hand, catching it like. And if your hands are tied up, if someone's kind of on this side of you, you can hand pass the ball as well, where you throw it up and just hand pass it off to someone.
Hand pass, yeah. So
that's another skill. So if someone was beside you like this and you can't get a strike away, the best thing to do is just hand pass it off to the next man. You can't throw the ball. You can kick it if you want. It doesn't happen too often, but you can kick it to somebody. It doesn't happen too often. You can bat it. You could hit it like that. You can bat it like that anyway at all.
another main thing is that you're only allowed 4 steps with the ball in your hand. So after your 4 steps, you have to either pass the ball or hit the ball.
And again, if you have a bit of space, you want to run into it, you can put it on the hurling and solo like that. And you can carry that as long as you want. You can carry the whole field, but you can't catch the ball 3 times. So let's say he passed the ball to me or I passed the ball to him. That's 1 catch. Okay, unless I go soloing and I catch it again, that's 2 catches.
Yep.
If I go soloing again and catch it again, that's 3 catches. That's the free. So I have to leave the ball down and it's the free to the other team.
Okay. Everyone in the team would have like a specialist free taker who would be fairly renowned for striking the ball over the bar. So if there's a free taker would come up, they can either lift it like this and strike it, or else they can roll lift it and strike it. But the free taker is just trying to get it over the bar, and every team would have really a specialist free taker who'd score maybe 9 out of 10 frees. So yeah, that's another skill again. Yeah, so I suppose we all come here to college, we're all studying here, but I'm from Limerick.
I'm from Waterford.
Yeah,
and Jack from Tipperary, so we're all from different parts of Ireland, I suppose. But
so we just come together to play hurling here, I suppose, while we're studying here in UL. I've come across these lads obviously playing underage and stuff. We've played against them with different teams, but while we're in UL, we're all in the same team. We're all trying to win the one trophy, so we all come together and try to win.
probably a cruciate injury.
Yeah.
So I just say he was going through in goal, he stopped like this and he got shoulder and his knee just popped.
Ooh.
And the ligaments and all that broke.
He hasn't put pads though either.
No,
Just
no
helmets.
Yeah. These are the helmets we wear then. You just strap them onto your head like this, tie them back. You didn't always have to wear a helmet. From the late 2000s, the rule came in that you had to wear helmets because obviously if you're coming in and I'm striking the ball on the ground, my hurley flies up here like this, it can easily hit you into the head. So that's why they made you wear these. But I'd say maybe back 15 years ago, most people didn't wear it because they thought the bars can kind of impair your vision. So a lot of people didn't wear the helmet and they ran the risk of maybe getting struck in the head by a hurley or a ball or anything like that. So it's good that it came in, like you know, for head injuries and concussions and stuff like that. So.
You guys start playing when you're how old? 8? 6?
Or 5 or 6.
Yeah, I was 5 when I started playing.
4 or so.
Yeah.
Your coaches were saying that like the lifespan of a hurler is about like 28, 29, 30 years old and it's pretty much done.
Yeah.
And sometimes they go older, like it depends. Like you can play kind of with the counties, like higher level.
Okay.
Yeah, that's high level.
And then you go back to your club after maybe 13, play with your club for a couple of years, then just pack it in,
retire
when you can't move anymore.
What's the big pull factor to play, for all county and to play for that cup, because you're not getting paid as like professional athletes?
I don't know, I suppose it is an amateur game, you don't really get paid, but it's a great privilege to play for your county because it's the highest level you can play at that sport, and all your friends play, and it's a great honour for yourself and for your home club, I suppose, to play for the county, and it's a great privilege, I suppose. I don't know if you...
It can be hard at times, obviously, trying to balance like part-time jobs. Maybe for us, we're all in college paying for education, and when you're coming training, you obviously can't be working a part-time job and all that. But I suppose like you make some of the best friends you have for life while you're playing hurling. They're the people you've grown up with, you went to school with, you go to college with. So they're really the people you're socialising with the whole time. Like, so it's great to be able to spend time with them and just get a release from study and get a release from everything. I suppose fantastic. Like.
Very good. Yeah, so I'm Alan Griffin. I'm a second division coach, predominantly in hurling. I coach under 21 county teams and senior club teams. So developing skills. My main objective is to make sure that it is specific to the game. So it's anything we're doing transfers onto the game. So anything I will do would always be under pressure. I'm not fond of just doing drills where it's just repeating a skill, repeating an action. I think it needs to be under pressure, it needs to be under stress, like you will find in the game. So that's kind of that's my key to develop. number one, injury prevention. So doing our exercises that have been proven to reduce injury occurrence, and then performance benefits. So might be doing plyometrics, might be doing some power work in the hope that will transfer to the field.
It's not really tense like bench and squat.
It will be that'll be our injury prevention. Yeah, just strength exercises to prevent injury, and then we'll move on, we'll progress it then into power work. Key number one, it has to be fun. That's the key, it has to be fun. It doesn't matter, I don't think it doesn't matter exactly what you're doing as long as they're enjoying it. Because the number one thing at that age is that they fall in love with the game and they will continue playing it. And as long as they continue playing it, they're going to develop their skills. Okay. That's the key. So at that underage level, and I see it with some coaches, they make this mistake where they put too much pressure on small children to try and be this good or be as good as the person next to them, where it just needs to be fun. That's the key to underage training.
That keeps them in.
That keeps them playing. As long as they're playing, they're going to develop. Just practice is all they need.
Cool. So I'm here with Kieran, yes.
Yeah, Kieran.
And Jer, right. When you're looking at a hurling player, like what's a perspective, skill, or trait that you want to like have on your team?
You need them to be brave.
Brave.
You need them to be fast. You need them to be strong. So it's probably no different to any other sport.
Okay.
But they need an inherent level of skill. So not every player has the level of skill that's required to play the game of hurling.
And you guys start pretty young, right? Like,
I don't give an interview, good man.
I was at six years of age.
Okay, sorry about that.
Six, and to get the basic skills, and typically if somebody doesn't start before they're 10, it's very difficult for them to pick up the skills, you know. It's a real hand-to-eye coordination game, along with the movement and strength skills that you'll have in other games, but it's really, really technical. You got to start young.
Every county has a team, or how does that work?
It's stronger in some counties. Typically every county has a team. Some of those teams would be not as strong as the others. So
you guys don't all play for the same cup?
No, it's tiered, it's graded.
Yeah. So how did you get into the coaching? Did you just want to stay in the sport?
He's a brilliant coach.
Where we come from, it's a tradition. So you kind of you start off playing the game, and then when you stop playing, you end up perhaps getting into coaching. That's probably the main route people get into coaching. So you'd be just asked to get involved, you know. So I work here, so one of the guys who's involved just asked me to give a hand, you know. So here I am, yeah.
Cool. So in the States, a lot of sports are professional, and hurling is not professional. And it's just really interesting, you know, coming from the States and coming and watching, you know, your hurlers play. They're some of the top athletes in the world, like in the top 10% of athleticism, starting and stopping and hand-eye coordination and stuff. What's the push factor to keep players in the game, even though you can't make a living?
It's one of the beauties of the game that it's unpaid. It's one of the dilemmas of the game as well, that guys are doing this in their spare time. It's an ideal game for a student, but for people who are running their own business or working, they've got to finish work at 5 o'clock, get to training for 6, and they've got to run a strength and conditioning program, a nutrition program, a flexibility program around their spare time. It's very tricky. So the average lifespan of a hurler probably finishes at from a county level at 28, 29. So they probably get 6 years at it. Club level will last a little bit longer because maybe the demands aren't as high. But typically, while you're doing it at county level, it's full time, even though you're not paid.
Did you ever see it getting to the point where players are paid?
You can take that one, Jerry.
I think the problem is the resources probably aren't there for it. The population base in Ireland is relatively small, so you know it's very difficult to sustain a professional game. You know, it's pure economics won't make it happen. So I'd say unlikely. You know.
Okay. Why do you like to pull from behind?
If you were, I'm thinking, God, it's the same as hurling now, right? Mikey, would you use the same club to hit a ball 300 yards as you would 100 yards? Ready? Go! Go! Ball speed, Dara! Here you go! Going down now, let's go! Ball behind, has to go behind, let's go! Your only job is to control the ball and move at pace. Get your body in line, work your feet so you keep your body in line with the ball. Work. Yes, Mikey. Get to the line, get around him, he's got to get to the line. 8, 9, 10, 11. 6. striking pants. You pick the one on the ground, you play to Shane pants, and you finish out there. So it's 3 strikes, 3 picks. Pick, or strike, pick, strike, and you finish it with that ball in your hand. 12 seconds. Quick, and turn! Compromise on the stroke for the speed on the legs. It's about getting the legs and the hands working fast. Ready? Get there now, get there. Get there again.
Good, Jack. Good, look up. Look up. Moving wide. Good. You're in, Michael. You're in. Defending Jack. Great running. Good, Evans. Good, Tom. Go Hennigan in there. Bring it out. Bring it out.
Alright guys, here we are watching this practice unfold, and it is insane how good these guys are. Like, they can hit it across the field and like catch it right in the person's hand they're aiming for. It's so much skill, so much precision. I could see why they start so young, like 6 or 8 or whatever. So you can't even appreciate it unless you're in person. Like, if you ever get a chance to see hurling, I know in Boston they said they're gonna have a match, so check that out in Fenway. But these guys are unreal. It's crazy. These are elite level athletes. This is the county team for Limerick, and they are absolutely demolishing it. So stick around, because we're gonna keep showing you. We've got the umbrella because it's raining right now, but that doesn't mean anything in Ireland because it never stops raining. I feel like this is a vlog, so I'm gonna stop. Here we go.
It's obvious to see how much power and passion and speed that these players have for the game. It's hard to tell, but the ball is flying 20, 30 yards at a time, catching it barehanded. We're out in the cold and the rain, and they're out here. They're not getting paid. There's no incentive other than just the glory, just the pure fun of coming out just to be an athlete and play sport. It's something that's really special and unappreciated in other parts of the globe. So.
Jinkies.
Especially the drill down here, we were running at the ball, trying to get the ball hitting over the bar. Some guys go through kind of a half, more than a jog, but not a full sprint, but other guys are really pushing hard and trying to really push it. So guys, anytime we're training, look, while you mind hearing us here, we're walking around watching what's going on, okay?
So we're here to demo how hard it is, and a little friendly competition about how hard it is to run with a hurley and a Slainte. We're gonna roll lift this off the ground, run it over there, roll lift another one off the ground, run it back, and we're gonna hit one of these tennis balls across the room, see who has the fastest time in the.
The loser has to
do 10 push-ups
and
Sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star while he does them. Did that run in 14.28 seconds. See if Matt can beat me.
Seconds.
See what Connor's got.
go!
Ball dropper.
Twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are. I don't know the rest of the words. Is that 10? It's 10. Beautiful. Give me your best, Matt. As you can see, hurling is not an easy sport. It takes years of practice to get good at, obviously, like any sport does. But we had fun. A sport of hurling is just amazing. The culture behind it, the people, everyone's very welcoming. You could see at the practice, they had no problem letting us come in and video and everything. And they're very open to talking about the history and kind of what it meant to them. So all in all, here in Ireland, we had a wonderful time exploring the sport of hurling.
It was great fun, but we encourage everybody to go out to their own community and look for sports that they want to get involved in, because there are plenty of sports out there with enthusiastic people that we would love to show the world.
Thanks for watching our video, and if there's a sport that you're involved in that you don't think gets enough coverage, we would love to cover and make your sport more known to the world. We are Sporting the World.
Sporting the world.
Thank you.